As the stock market continues to pump higher, we want to keep on investing, but we want to approach with caution. We want to make sure that we're not buying things at elevated prices, but we also want to make sure that we're focusing on quality companies. So today in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the Dow 30, some of the best, most quality blue chip companies out there on the market. Of the 30 companies in the Dow Jones, we are focusing only on 23. We have removed the financial companies in the Dow 30, and we've also removed McDonald's and Apple because of their lack of reliable interest coverage data. So we briefly want to go through some of the companies in the Dow 30 and see what their Interflame Finance scores are, as well as what we think the intrinsic value is. So first up is Caterpillar. They have a growth score of 4.5 and a safety score of negative 3.4. So this comes out with a combined score of 0.6. Now what we're doing in today's video is we're weighting growth and safety equally. As we can see up here, they both get weights of 5. So we are taking into consideration that yes, we do want growth, but we also want some safety in these blue chip companies. Now what we see here is that Wall Street thinks that Caterpillar is basically priced at fair value, currently $8.80 a share. They think there's about a 4.6% upside in this company. We at Interflame Finance think that it's actually gone up too quickly. And so we think that they have an intrinsic value of $7.57 per share. That's a margin of safety of negative 16%. So we feel that we are paying a premium for Caterpillar currently. Now there's only one growth metric that really stands out among all these companies, and that is their expected annual EPS growth every year for the next 5 years is expected to be about 24%. Next up is 3M, also with a combined score of 0.6, growth at 2.0, Interflame Finance safety score at negative 0.8. This is a company that's seen a lot of lawsuits recently. They've paid quite a bit for these lawsuits, and now they are hopefully on better footing. And we can see maybe a little uptick in the stock price in recent months, but this is a company that's gone up and down, up only 5.2% in the past year. Currently trading for 152. The average consensus on Wall Street is that this is a buy. The mean target price is 173. That would be about a 13.8% increase in the stock price. We, however, think that that is a little too generous. The intrinsic value for 3M is more along lines of 126. That is a premium of 21%, something we are not interested in, especially since nothing really stands out for the growth metrics or the Interflame Finance safety metrics. Now, Chevron is up quite a bit in the past year, up 46.1%, due in large part to the conflict in the Middle East. Combined score of 0.7, growth of 0.1, safety of 1.2. So nothing really stands out in the growth metrics. However, in the safety metrics, we see that they have very low debt to equity at just 0.2, and they offer a very nice dividend yield at 3.7%. They're currently trading for $191 a share. Analysts on Wall Street rank this as a buy, the mean average price target being $215 per share. That would imply a 12.3% increase in the stock price. However, we think that Chevron is more along the lines of $143 per share, due in large part to their very rapid increase in the stock price. Any resolution in the conflict in the Middle East could send oil prices down, which would also bring the share price of Chevron down as well. Honeywell has a combined score of 1.2. Over the past year, they've gone up about 11%. Nothing really stands out for the Interflame Finance growth or safety metrics. They have a growth score of 3.5 and a safety score of negative 1.1. They are currently trading for $228. Wall Street thinks that they can go up to about $247 on average within the next year. They are currently raking Honeywell a buy. We at Interflame Finance also think that that's a little too generous. The Interflame Finance intrinsic value as a base is $173 per share. That would imply a 32% premium that you're paying for Honeywell. Now, Verizon is an interesting case. They have a combined score of 1.5 that comes from a growth score of 2.8 and an Interflame Finance safety score of 0.2. And just real quick, if you're new to this channel, what that means is we score both growth and safety from negative 10 to positive 10, with negative 10 being absolute garbage, positive 10 being the most perfectly run company in the world. And so 0 is neutral. So both the growth and the safety for Verizon are above neutral. The combined score of 1.5 also above neutral, but we want to make sure that we're picking quality companies. And so typically 1.5 is not too terribly appetizing for our portfolios. They have gone up about 19% over the past year. The standout metrics for growth is that their forward PE is a very low 9.3. Their free cash flow yield is 9.9%. We typically like that above 7%, so that's well above what we like to see. And their 5-year forward PE is just a 7.6. So we're getting Verizon at dirt cheap valuations based on projected growth over the next 5 years. Their current PE ratio is just 11.8. They offer a very attractive dividend at 5.8%, and their beta is quite low at 0.2. So what that means is if the stock market were to take a tumble, let's say go down 10%, based on that beta, they would only go down 0.2 of that 10% or just 2%. So if there is weakness in the market, if the S&P 500 or the Dow crash, Verizon's not going to crash as much. Now, Wall Street thinks that this is close to its intrinsic value. The overall consensus is that Verizon is a buy among Wall Street analysts. Average price target of $52 per share. That would imply a 7.2% increase in the stock price. However, we here at Interflame Finance think that Verizon should be trading for more like $89 per share. That would be almost a doubling in the stock price, a margin of safety of 46%. Merck has a combined score of 1.7 with a growth of 1.8 and an Interflame Finance safety score of 1.6. Wall Street thinks thinks that it's quite close to its intrinsic value, currently trading for 122. Average price target of 130. That would be about a 6% increase in the stock price. Overall consensus is that this is a buy. Interflame Finance intrinsic value is $99 per share. We think that you would be paying a 24% premium for Merck. AMZN coming in next with a combined score of 1.8, growth at 3.2, safety at 0.3. Nothing really stands out among the safety and the growth metrics. However, Wall Street does think that there's a 3.8% increase in the stock price over the next year, currently ranked a buy. We at Interflame Finance tend to agree with the consensus on Wall Street that it's very close to its intrinsic value, giving it a price target and intrinsic value of $369 per share. That would imply a 8% margin of safety. So yes, there is a margin of safety for AMZN, but not too terribly appetizing for our likes on this channel. Just a quick request, if you're getting anything out of this video, please consider liking it. That would really help out the channel, and consider subscribing so you never miss analysis on your favorite companies, your favorite stocks, growth metrics, safety metrics, Interflame Finance scores, and intrinsic values of some of your favorite companies in the stock market. Nike has been quite the disappointing stock over the past many years. Over the past year, it's down 23.7% with that huge drop earlier in this year. Combined score of 2.1 based on a growth of negative 0.8, safety of 5.0. Current stock price is $45 per share. The average analyst on Wall Street says that that's going to go back up to 61 per share. That would be about a 30% increase in the stock price. Overall consensus among Wall Street is that this is a buy. However, we at Interflame Finance, we've been burned by the stock a lot. We see that there's no growth in the future. Perhaps they have formed a bottom. Perhaps they will recover. But right now, we think that their intrinsic value is just $28 per share. That means that you'd be paying a 62% premium for Nike at current metrics and valuations. Coca-Cola comes in at a 2.1, growth of 3.0, safety of 1.3. Nothing really stands out for the metrics. Wall Street thinks that it's basically fairly priced at $86 per share price target, currently trading for 81. Overall consensus is that Coca-Cola is a buy. However, this consumer staple, this low growth industry would imply that without a lot of growth on the horizon for Coca-Cola, really they should be trading for more like $51 per share. If Coca-Cola stock ever got down into the 50s, we might consider buying, but currently there's a very large premium that you'd be paying for Coca-Cola stock. Walmart is another example where Wall Street is a strong buy, currently trading for 120 per share. Average price target among Wall Streeters is about 138. That would be a 14.6% increase in the stock price. Their growth comes in at 2.9. Their safety comes in at 2.6. So both above neutral. Price to sales very low at 1.3. That's very good for the case of Walmart. If we do enter economic uncertainty, if there is some sort of recession or pullback in the market, if people start feeling the inflation in their pocketbooks, then Walmart is a pretty decent play. They've gone up 26% over the past year, but we think at Interflame Finance that this is really a $59 per share company. United Health was a big purchase in our portfolios in 2025. We have built out our position and we are very happy with the results. It was in the mid 200s. Now it's up in the high 300s. A growth score of 3.9 and safety of 1.7 gives United Health and Interflame Finance combined score of 2.8. They have increased 35% over the past year. Wall Street thinks that this is basically fair value. 388 currently, 395 is the price target over the next year. That's only a 1.7% increase in the stock price. Wall Street thinks that this is a buy. We at Interflame Finance still think that United Health could go into the mid 500s at 558. That would imply a margin of safety of 30%. Home Depot has a return on equity of 128%. That really stands out for growth. However, that's the only thing that really stands out for growth. Growth score at 1.0, safety score of 4.7 gives Home Depot a combined score of 2.9. They have gone down 11.5% over the past year. Wall Street thinks that there's a lot of room for growth in this company's stock price, currently $313 per share. The mean target $370 per share. That would give you an 18% increase expected over the next year. Overall consensus among analysts is that this is a buy. However, we at Interflame Finance think that Home Depot is overvalued. You'll be paying a 28% premium. Johnson & Johnson has skyrocketed over the past year, 57.5% in that time. Combined score of 2.9, with growth coming in at 4.3, safety coming in at 1.4. Nothing really stands out for this company. Wall Street thinks that this is basically fair valued with just 8% growth in the next year, currently trading for 234. Mean target, average price target at 253 per share. We at Interflame Finance are basically splitting the difference and saying that Johnson & Johnson should be trading for 241 per share. That would give you a margin of safety of 3%. Sherwin-Williams coming in with a combined score of 3.0. They are down 11.5% over the past year. Growth score of 3.3, safety score of 2.7. Nothing really standing out for the growth metrics or the safety metrics for this company. Wall Street analysts do think that this is a buy. They're currently trading for 309 per share. Expected to go up about 23.4% within the next year. Overall consensus is 381 average price target. However, we think that you are paying too much for Sherwin-Williams currently. We think that the price target of 257 is more reasonable. you'd be paying about a 20% premium if you were to buy Sherwin-Williams currently. IBM has a combined score of 3.1, growth and safety basically the same value. Current stock price is $254. Wall Street thinks that it can go up to $278. That would be a 9.4% increase in the stock price. Analysts on Wall Street rank this as a buy. We at Interflame Finance think that there's even more room for growth for IBM, coming in with a price target at $323. That would imply a 21% margin of safety. Cisco comes in next with a 3.5 combined score. They are up almost double in the past year, up 95.2% in that time. Growth score at 3.6, safety score at 3.3. We think that they have pumped way too quickly, way too much in the past year. Interflame Finance price target of 101 per share. You would be paying, in our opinion, a 20% premium for Cisco. Current stock price is 120. Wall Street thinks that that's basically fair value. They're currently trading for 120. Overall analyst consensus is buy. Average price target of 124 per share. That's basically fair value. 3.4% increase in the stock price expected in the next year. Procter & Gamble has gone down 10% in the past year. Combined score at 4.2. Now the growth is 3.9, safety at 4.4, so getting close to 5 on each front. Current stock price is 144. The average consensus on Wall Street is that this is a buy, with the average price target being 164. That would be a 13% increase in the stock price over the next year. Interflame Finance intrinsic value is 110 per share. We think that you would be paying too much for Procter & Gamble currently. That gives you a 31% premium on the stock price. Now, Disney has been all over the place in the past year. In that time, down just 5.1%, combined score at 4.8, growth coming in at 1.3, safety coming in at 8.3. That's a very large, impressive number for that company. And what stands out is their very low current price to earnings at 16.5. Current stock price is 103 per share. Average analysts think that this is going to be a $129 per share company in the next year. Strong buy coming out from Wall Street, 25.7% increase in the stock price expected. However, we at Interflame Finance think that it's basically fair value, coming in with a price target of just 105 per share, only a 2% margin of safety. Amazon is up quite a bit over the past year, up 32.5% over the past year. Growth coming in at 3.9, Interflame Finance safety coming in at 6.5. We feel, however, that it's grown way past its intrinsic value of $219 per share. We think that you'd be paying a 22% premium on Amazon stock. However, that contrasts with what Wall Street is saying. Wall Street says that this is a strong buy, currently trading for $266. Average price target of $313 gives you a 17.4% expected increase in the stock price over the next year. NVIDIA has both Interflame Finance growth and safety above 5, combined score at 6.8. Overall, in the past year, NVIDIA has gone up in stock price 64%. And when you look at the top growth metrics and safety metrics, you see why NVIDIA is scoring so high on our scales. PEG ratio at just 0.5. Remember, we love that to be under 1, so that's half of that. Very nice. Return on equity, 114%. Return on invested capital, 91%. Profit margins, very healthy at 63%. You expect to see those sorts of profit margins for software companies, not hardware GPU making companies. Revenue growth expected to be 21.5% over the next year, every single year. EPS growth expected to be 32.6% every year for the next 5 years, and a 5-year forward PE coming in at just an 8.0. There's absolutely dirt cheap valuations for NVIDIA based on its expected 5-year growth. We look at the safety and we see some very impressive numbers there as well. Debt to equity very low at 0.1, interest coverage at a very high 545, and return on assets 63%. We have an Interflame Finance intrinsic value at $368 per share. That would imply a 42% margin of safety for NVIDIA. Microsoft also has a combined score of 6.8. However, they've gone down over the past year, down 6.3%. Growth above 5 at 6.0, safety above 5 at 7.7. And we do see some standout numbers for Microsoft. Their expected revenue growth every year for the next 5 years is about 13%, and their interest coverage is very high at 52.1. Strong buy coming out from Wall Street, currently trading for $419. Average price target of $561. That would be about a 34% expected increase in the stock price over the next year. However, we at Interflame Finance are not as bullish on Microsoft. We think that it's about $509 per share. That gives us an 18% margin of safety. And finally, Salesforce coming in at a 7.3 overall. They have gone down 34% over the past year, mostly due to those fears surrounding AI, artificial intelligence, and how that might start to chip away at companies like Salesforce. However, we see that both Wall Street and Interflame Finance are very bullish on this company. Wall Street ranks this as a buy. Price target average $262. That would imply about a 46% increase in the stock price expected from their current $180. We at Interflame Finance, however, are even more bullish, coming out with a price target of $383. That would imply a 53% margin of safety for Salesforce. And based on their growth, we can see why. PEG ratio under 1, forward PE dirt cheap at 12.6, and free cash flow yield well above that 7% mark at 10.2%. So how would we at Interflame Finance invest a hypothetical $1,000 into these companies. Well, we see here that of the 23 companies that we analyzed, 20 are excluded and 3 qualify based on the fact that we want a minimum combined score of 5.0 and a minimum base margin of safety at 15%. This is also a great place to remind you that nothing that we say on this channel is financial advice. We are not telling you to buy, hold, or sell anything in your portfolio. Always do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock. This is not financial advice. So the first company that we would consider buying at Interflame Finance is NVIDIA. With that combined score of 6.8 and margin of safety of 42%, we would allocate $354 of our $1,000 into that company. And a new feature on this channel is this dip allocation. We will talk about that once we have revealed all 3 companies. Microsoft comes in next with a combined score also of 6.8, but a lower margin of safety. So we would invest less into Microsoft based on that lower margin of safety at just 15.3% of our $1,000 or $153. And the number one buy in our portfolios, if we were to invest in the Dow Jones, would be CRM Salesforce with their very high score of 7.3, base margin of safety of 53%. Of our $1,000, we would invest almost half into this company. We are very bullish, 49.3% or $493 of our $1,000. So again, what is this dip allocation? Well, the basic idea is if a company is scoring decently and has a decent margin of safety, we would put in a base amount. If all the companies were just decent, then we would invest less than $1,000. However, if Interflame Finance scores are higher and margins of safety are quite high, we would want to invest much, much more in. And so with this dip allocation, which is more in line with how we do invest our money here at Interflame Finance, we would put $277 into NVIDIA, we would put $250 into Microsoft, and we would put $425 into Salesforce. So when we add those numbers up, that means that we would put $952 of our $1,000 into those 3 companies, and we would put just $48 or 4.8% off to the side as cash reserves. What those cash reserves do is build up a cash position over time so that if there is a big crash in the stock market, or if there are some companies that are just very high scoring companies with very comfortable margins of safety, then we would actually start to dip into those reserves that we've been saving up all along. So like I said, this dip allocation is more in line with what we do here at Interflame Finance. Now, finally, we will point out that if you want to lower the bar just a little tiny bit and get a minimum combined score at 3 and a minimum base margin of safety at 10%, then we're actually going to invest in one more company. We see that there are 4 qualifying companies now. So first company would be IBM, combined score at 3.1, base margin of safety of 21%. That means that we would put $78 over $1,000 into IBM. With this much lower threshold, we would put $326 into NVIDIA, we would put $141 into Microsoft, and finally we would put $454 into Salesforce. Now, if we look at this dip allocation, the base that we would put into any of these companies is 188. So IBM with their low combined score and Microsoft with its low margin of safety would get those bases of 188. NVIDIA has a much more comfortable margin of safety, so we would feel more comfortable putting more money in. Higher than 188, we would put in 242 in this dip allocation scheme. But Salesforce, with their very comfortable margin of safety and their very high combined score at 7.3, will get 34.8% or $348 over $1,000 in this dip allocation scheme. So if we were to invest in these 4 companies, we would put $966 into them, saving $34 into our cash reserves that we might dip into at a later date if and when the stock market were to crash. So let us know in the comments below, what are you buying this week? What are you looking at? Are you interested in the Dow Jones, the S&P 500? Do you look at the NASDAQ? Tell us what you're buying in the comments below. Also, let us know what you think of this new format. We have this Interflame Finance interactive dashboard here that really helps us present our information to you. Do you like it? Do you like the darker theme that we had several videos ago? Or do you prefer the spreadsheet format? Let us know. Also, let us know about the dip allocation scheme. Is this more in line with how you prefer to invest your money? If things are at all-time highs, if things are getting pretty frothy, do you like to pull back a little tiny bit? At Interflame Finance, we do like to keep investing no matter what, but we like to invest with caution, especially when PEs are getting high, valuations are just going through the roof, and there's a little bit of uncertainty in the market. So let us know in the comments below, what are you buying? What are you holding? What are you selling? Remember that nothing that we say on this video is financial advice. This is for educational and informational purposes only. Be sure to tell your friends and your family and your mother-in-law all about the Interflame Finance channel. We enjoy making these videos. We love serving you. Like this video if you got anything out of it. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. We appreciate you being here, and we'll see you in the next video.